Not write down what I'm about to write down. I just want you to pay attention. All right? Everybody with me? If I gave you the information I'm about to give you, could you draw the triangle? Don't actually draw it. Just think in your head. If you could, yes, no, and why, yes or no. Everybody understand? Okay. Could you draw me a triangle that satisfied those conditions? Stop for a moment. Everybody has their yes or no in their head. Don't say it out loud. Everybody has their yes or no in their head. And everybody has their reason. I'll take you a moment to get it sorted. If you need to sketch it, sketch it. I don't care, but do it on scrap paper. Everybody has their yes or no? All right. Could you draw the green one? I'll wait a moment. Decide on your yes or no and your reasons. I mean, make me a triangle. All right, that should be enough time. Okay, so in red, could you draw it? How would you go about drawing it? What would you do first? Manru? Sure, of course. So if I have one angle here of 52 and one angle here of 48, that makes that A and that makes that B, yes? So do you automatically know C? What is it? 80. And little a is where? Right, left, or bottom? Right. Easy peasy, right? Okay. So everybody who said yes, you're good. Why? Manrup already told you. Once you know two angles, you know a third, you have a triangle. What about B? Yes? How would you start? Pardon? How would you do the sine law with that? So you would go 52, sine of 52 over 48 equals what? Okay, so that would give you a second angle. Okay. So let's do that. 18 sine 52 divided by 48. Shift sine. And what do I get? $16.2. I just need somebody to punch that in. I can do it too. I'm hoping not to, though. 17 degrees? 17? Okay, so now could you draw me that triangle? 52. What would be across? What would be across here? 48. What would be here? 17. What would be here? 18. What would this be? Huh? 106? Okay. Which means what would this be? So we do sine law again. So now sine 106 over C, 104? 111? All right. equals sine 52 over 48, right? Okay, do that math. What? Well, somebody said 106 and somebody else said 111. I didn't do the math. Great, okay. So what's C? So we're able to draw it, right? Everybody's happy with that? Okay. I'm going to draw another triangle. And okay, everybody happy with that? That equals 180, right? Everybody's cool? Okay, so now I want this third side. What do I do? It's going to be sine 69 over C equals sine 52 over 48, right? So do that math. What do you get? 57. How is that possible? How can that be 111 and have these sides be those, and it's 69 and have these sides be those? But I still used 52, didn't I? I used 52 and 48, and I used 52 and 48. But in one triangle, it was 111, 52, and 17. In this triangle, it's 69, 52, and 59. How is that possible? Try it. So McKenna says, all right, fine, Myers, whatever you say equals sine 59 over 18. Okay, that would put 18 down here. How can that be? 69 is the biggest angle. So, I will ask you again. Can you draw the green triangle? We just drew two, but we drew two that were not the same triangle, which had the same numbers. So can we draw the green one? Why? What differs between the red information and the green information? The red information gives me two angles, yes? It actually gives me three, right? It gives me angles, angle, side. What does this give me? Side, side, angle, yes? So this, oops, I should have circled that in green. This gave us two different triangles, didn't it? Didn't it? That's bothersome. And that is what we are going to discuss right now. That green stuff we just worked with was ambiguous. it did not tell us the exact triangle that we would get, did it? Everybody understands this? All right. So now we're going to talk about how that happens. All right? So watch. If I wanted you to draw this triangle, how would you start? What would you do to start drawing that for me? Don't draw it yet. Just tell me what you would do. You'd start with a triangle? But we just proved, Joseph, that when I have this information, two sides at an angle, I can't draw a triangle because I don't know what the triangle is going to look like. So we'll come back over here. What can I do? I could draw an angle. All right? I'm going to make this line dotted. What angle should I write right there? 30. Now I'm picking 30 on purpose, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, what else do I know? What should I label this corner as? Big A, right? Okay. Now, I know from this information the other corners are B and C, yes? Okay. So where could I put B? Where would be a smart spot to put B? Why the top, McKenna? I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but why the top? Okay, you could go with that argument. We read from left to right. I would put B here because this is a known length, right? Because we don't know where C might be because of this experiment we just did, right? So I'm going to put B up there, which makes this what? 6. Which means C must live where? Somewhere along here, right? So I keep my 30 degrees. Does everybody understand? Stop me now if you don't. Do you all understand why C has to be on this dotted line? And you all understand why the line is dotted? Look over here. We knew this was 52, but we didn't know if it's 111, I'm way out over here, right? If it's 69, I'm down here. I don't know where that falls, do I? So now we got to figure out where it falls. We know that this C is 3 centimeters, yeah? If I put C here, and don't do this yet, how long is that? How long would that be? 3. If I put C there, how long would it be? If I put C there, how long would it be? If I put C way out there, how long would it have to be? 3, because I've told you BC is 3, right? Oh, good. Okay, so we're all on board. Now we're going to do some math. We can work with 90 degrees, yes? Okay. What do I know about what you would need to do with this dotted triangle if you wanted to do some trig before we did sine law? What did we do? We had to split it to make a 90, right? Okay. So let's split it right there. What did we call that? An altitude, yeah? I gave it a letter. I gave it the letter Q, right? Let's call that Q. What do we know about Q? I got a 6, I got a Q, I got a 30. What can I do? And we know we made a 90 there. What can I do? Can I do some trig now? What would it be? Sine of A would equal what? Q over 6, yes? So what does Q equal? 6 sine A would equal Q, which in this case is 6 sine 30, right? What is 6 sine 30? 3, right? So now this H is 3. How long is BC? So if BC equals 3 and Q equals 3, then what do I know about BC and Q? They are equal, yes? So what letter would I put right here? C. And now I have my triangle. Is everybody cool with that? Everybody sees what I did? Okay, we're going to come back to this in a minute, but everybody sees what I did, yes? Now, what if 30 wasn't here? Then what would I do there? It would be just A, yes? What if I told you it was 71? Then what would go here? Okay, what if I told you it was 18? 18. What if I told you this was 22 and this was still 30? What would go here? Everybody's cool? Okay. Keep all that in your head. Let's go to the next question. How should I start? Draw that angle. And I'm going to use 30 again with a dotted line. And why am I using 30? Because we know sine 30 is always 1/2, right? Because of the 30, 60, 90 triangles that we did a few days ago, right? Okay, so here's 30, here's A. Where should I put B? At the top, because that's the known angle, right? 6, drop our Q. We know that Q equals 3, yes? How long is so this is where C would have to be, right? How long is BC? It's only 2, right? If I make BC a gray line, how far down here can I go? I'm going to stop right there, aren't I? Does it make a triangle? Does it? I got to keep this green line here because I got to make my 30 degrees, right? That gray line, does it ever make it? No triangle, right? Seems like there should be a triangle, but it can't happen, can it? Everybody's good? Now we got that second thing in our head. We got Q equaling the third side. Now we got the third side being less than Q. Everybody good? All right, go to the third one. We're going to come back and talk about all of these. Don't worry. How should I start? Angle. Boom. Dot, 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 dot. 36. We know Q is 3. Yeah? Everyone agrees? Everyone's cool? Okay. So, if it was A, B, C, we already know that if little a equals Q, it's going to make a 90 degree, right? And we know that if little a is less than Q, it's never going to catch up, is it? Well, what's the case in this one? What's the third side? 8. Is 8 bigger, smaller, equal to 3? What is it? Bigger. So if I make this a light blue line and it's 8 long, does that make a triangle? No, because this still has to be 30, right? Did it make a triangle? No. Okay. Well, could I put it out here? Would that make a triangle? 8, 8. Oh, okay. Everybody cool? Well, we know that the third side has to be 8. We know that this distance is only 3. 8 is longer than 3. Does that make a triangle? Does it? So it would have to come out here, wouldn't it?
say, like, it doesn't matter how you draw the triangle, like, right? But previously you said it doesn't know. It's up to you and stuff. So how would you know, like what the value would be if you drew it, like, more extended outward? Does that make sense?
Not even a little.
Okay.
Okay. Do you understand why I have a dotted line down here? Because this has to be 30. We don't know how long this line is going to extend. But we do know that the third leg of the triangle has to be 8, which means it has to go out here. So that means this dotted line has to go all the way out here. Okay? Now, let's go to the next one. Keep all this in your head. I know it's a lot to ask you guys to keep 4 things in your head, but I think you can do it. What's going to happen here? Especially since most of it is repeated. What's this? 30. What's this? 6. What's this? Q. And what does Q equal in this case? 3. What is the third side of my triangle? 4. Can it go here? Why not? Because 4 is over. It won't make a triangle. Make the letter 4. Could it go here? It could, couldn't it? Right? Because if my elbow is 4, right now my elbow's below the table, right? If I swing it out here, does it make the table? Okay. Could I put it here? I could, couldn't I? Now, here's where it gets weird. This pink line is 4, right? Everyone agrees? So if I ran it right down this 6, would it make a triangle? Why not, Henry? 6 is longer than 4. It can't possibly do it, can it? But could it go right beside? Could it? Wouldn't that make a little triangle? Could it go to there? Could it go to there? Could it go to there? It can't go straight up and down, though, can it? Because what happens when it gets to straight up and down? It's longer than 3. But then it could start coming out this way, couldn't it? And eventually it'll catch up. So sometimes I get this triangle. Or where that is 3, that is 3. Does everybody see the problem here? Sometimes you don't know what the triangle is going to do. And this happens because of this. If that's 60, it's got a sign, doesn't it? Right? What is the sign of 120? What's this right here? 60. So if you push sign 120, do you mean this triangle where it's 120? Or do you mean this triangle where it's 60? Everybody follow me? Let me show you how to put all this in one spot in your head. When the third side equaled Q, right? Our third side was 33. Q was 3. It would be right on top, wouldn't it? If I moved it even 1 degree to either side, would it attach and make a triangle? No. Everybody cool? When the third side equals Q, we get one right angle triangle. has to be a right angle. Because if I move even 1 degree, it's not going to touch. Yeah? All right. Look at the second one. How would you describe the second one? When the third side is what? Less than Q. Are there any triangles? No. No triangles. Because Q was the gray one, right? Somebody said, well, Mr. Myers, you could make a triangle. You would just do this. Except what happened to 30 now? 30's gone, right? I needed this to be 30. The gray just doesn't reach, no matter where I put it. Everybody cool? Okay. What's happening in this one? What's the third side here? Third side is greater than Q. Right? What kind of triangle did we get? We got one, what's called an oblique triangle, because it has one obtuse angle. Everybody cool? Now you'd think we were done now, right? But we proved at the end, wait a minute, can't the third side be greater than Q, but less than the known side? So when the third side is greater than Q, and the third side is less than the known side, we get 2 oblique triangles. Could be a big wide one, could be a skinny one. Is everybody good? All right, now, before we go any further, we're going to do one more page of these. I want to show you another sketched out drawing. Don't draw this. What did you notice about all those angles I used to prove that case? We use 30 every time, right? Right? 30 is an acute angle, yeah? Okay. What if I told you A was 120 degrees now? It's not acute. Everybody agree? So we would start like this, yeah? Sorry. We'd start like... We had 30 there for the previous 4 examples, right? What's going there now? 120. Agreed? Okay. And then we put our known side right here on 30, didn't we? Right? In all our previous examples. We said that was 6, yes? Everybody still cool? Okay, I'm going to make that 6. So that's A. Yeah? That's B. Because that's my known side. Everybody okay? Now, I'm going to tell you that side little a is 18. Is that possible? Where would side little a be? It would be across from big A, right? 120 degrees. Does that automatically make it the biggest angle? Why? Because it's above 90. The other two have to share the 90, don't they? Is 18 bigger than 6? Sure it is, right? So, my third side, right, it would be thrice as long as 6, yes? Everybody agree? So it'd be way, way, way down here, yeah? So I could swing it up and make a triangle, couldn't I? Everybody agree? And that's the only way it would work, yes? Because if I had this 18 down here, that's not making a triangle because it's got to keep the 120, yes? Okay, I'm going to change colors. What if I told you A was A was 4. Could that work? No, why not? Because it still has to be across from A, doesn't it? So it would have to be up here, but 4 doesn't reach. It's only 6. It would be way out here. Yeah? What if I told you A was 6? Could I make a triangle? Why not? Because it would be the exact same length, right? So if you start with an obtuse angle, the only option is a big oblique triangle, and the unknown side has to be bigger than the known side. Everybody good? Let's see if we can do it without using 30, because 30 works perfectly. So on page 214, I just dribbled tea down my tie. So, how should we start? How should we start? We need an angle. Should I draw this line? Should I draw the horizontal line? I know it's going to be along here. Do I know how long it's going to be? So what should I do? I know how long this line's going to be. You know this has to be A. Right? So where should you put little b? It's the known side. Where should you put it? Right here should be 10, yes? Because that's the side you know. Now, let's do what we can. I know A has to be 20. A is going to be living out over here somewhere, yes? Well, how do I know where to put it? Because it could go there, it could go there and there, it could go there, or it could just be hanging loose. So what do I got to find? Q. And what is Q always? What does Q always equal? Q always equals your known side times your known sign, right? So what is it? 10 sine 58. So what's Q? What? 8.5. Which means this space, now I know, can only be 8.5, right? How long does A have to be? 20. So A is 20. I'll make A this light blue. Does that make a triangle? Why not? It's too long. Okay, so I'm going to run it over here. What's wrong with that? It's longer than 10. It won't work. So where does it have to go? All the way out here. And now I know this dotted line has to come all the way out here, right? Do I know how long this blue side is? 20. Right? So now, do I have a pair? What's my pair? Sine 58 over what? 20 equals sine what? Do I know either of the other two angles? So, what do I write? Sine B, sure. Over 10. Do that math. Tell me what you get. 25.1, right? But we'll leave it as 25. So B equals 25. Your smart kids, even without a protractor, where must the 25 be? Over here. Now do I know this? What's this? $97. Now do I know this? How? Sine law again. There was only one possible triangle here because 20 was greater than Q and greater than my known side. Everybody good? All right, let's look at the second one. Now, wait, I did say find all the missing sides and angles. So the last one here would have been sine 58 over 10 equaled sine 97 over little c, right? Then you'd solve. Everybody good? All right, what are we doing with B? How do we start? Start with 71. 71. Where should I put the numbers now that I know? Can this side be A? No, cannot be A. Is allowed to be B. Yep, so let's make it B. What is it? 17. So now I better check Q. What's Q? Look at the one we just did. What's Q? Which is what? 16? I need people to corroborate this. I'm not punching it all in. 16? Okay. My other side is 12. A has to be 12, right? So this is angle A. Side A must be opposite of angle A, yes? And we know that it is 12. Will 12 make this triangle? No. So how many triangles are possible? None. So I don't even need to worry about the other angles and sides, because 12 doesn't reach. Everybody good? So let's check this last one. How do I start?